Okay. So, we're on part 2 of this, picking up left off to talk about Annihilation Scourge. So, talk about the Nova one shot where it's like recapping, like, the stuff with the Fault, which leads into the Cancerverse stuff. Basically, a lot of the stuff related to him, mostly put in the last 20 years, but nothing before Annihilation. Nope, it's like the way, this is not written by Dan Abnett. Oh no, this is written by somebody else. The Nova one shot here is written by Matthew Rosenberg, a guy who didn't write the Nova stuff during Annihilation, but at least he remembers it. Yeah, and then he have him here interacted with an Annihilus, which is... So, Dimension Nova Core is dead, which I'm like, really? It's like, Gary Duggan basically did his best to bring it back, and I guess, nope, gotta get rid of Nova Core again for no reason. But aside from that, this is a weird scene, because Annihilus and Nova do not like each other at all, mainly due to what happened with Annihilation. And if I remember correctly, Nova killed Annihilus, and then he came back somehow. We have Nova killing bugs related from the Cancerverse. At least in this book, at least he remembers the Cancerverse. And then, for some reason, we cut to the Baxter building. Yeah, and it's basically Richard Rider. Yeah, and it's Valerie and Franklin do not know who the heck... Like, I'm thinking, like, I get the fact they know who Nihilus is. Did not recognize Richard Rider. Yep. And after shooting him, it's like, yeah, and then, of course, they remember, oh, yeah, because the reason we're not here, because Annihilation Fantastic Four. And then they go to back to the negative zone, where the Earthlights, okay, we're in the planet, and the planet's being destroyed by the Cancerverse. Yeah. It's weird seeing these two be sort of allies. It's because what happened in Annihilation, which at the time this came out, it only been 13 years. It's like, I highly doubt readers forgot Annihilation. Especially since in that very story, Nova killed Annihilus by ripping his heart out. Literally, like Mortal Kombat style. And of course, they take out more creatures from the Cancerverse. And then you have Nova deal with the Sentry again. And then we cut to the Silver Surfer one show, which love this cover. I think this is Alex Ross who does this amazing cover. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So the Silver Surfer one shot, the cover is done by Jasimor Cavas. Yeah, and we also have this group known as Defenders of the Realm, which of course they brought them back for this story. Yeah, Annihilation, the one shot Annihilation Silver Surfer is their first appearance since Thanos' same period, which came out in 2010. And this one shot came out in 2019, roughly 9 years later. And apparently they do kill off people here. They kill off, well, supposedly they kill off, well, in this one shot they kill off Ronan of Earth 10011. Yeah, it was a sole appearance of him. But the Captain Marvel, well, she came back. Yeah. So they killed her off here, and she wasn't really seen again after this. Yeah. So they reference Silver Black, and then we see this giant being here. You might take a look at this page. What the heck is this damn thing? It's not really stated exactly what the heck this thing is. It's just a place where... I mean, is it nowhere? No, heck no, it's not nowhere. And then a bunch of stuff attacking here. And at one point, this book becomes really weird. Well, Silver Surfer becomes black, goes through all this whatever this stuff is, hands up in the Cancerverse, a place he's never been before, and then he kills Ronan the Accuser, who looks like this. Yeah, the Cancer's people are like just disgusting people. And then he comes across Bob Reynolds, the Sentry, who he briefly merges with. Yes, for some weird reason we decided to have these two merge. And then we have kind of apparently how the heck this happened, where you have Sentry, he was in the Cancerverse and he's able to get out by ripping space itself, which is something the Sentry's never known for doing before. We have locked up with Beta Ray Bill. More Cancerverse ships, because they brought back the Cancerverse here in the story, which I beg the question, why the heck would you bring this thing back for? And then he loses Hammer, but then of course they get into the Omega issue, which is, it's like plus say 74, so I'm thinking this has been going on now for about at least about 3 months. Yeah, and then of course, I think this is Silver Surfer, I think it is. Yeah, because think if Fantastic Four involved, Beta Ray Bill. And then we have a portal open up where we have the real Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. Yep. We have a lot of people here. Oh, yes. We also have Smasher. Though apparently rapping here is a continuity error. Because this appearance by him, let's see if I can find him here. Because this man's dead. He died in the Web of Venom stuff. So you have all these characters show up to just maybe finish off the Cancerverse. Yes. So, big battle, and we deal with the Sentry here. And we have more fighting where this glob is. And then Toast Nova, who survived. And then the other thing is, Lord Nihilus is the only one who can suffer life eternal. I brought you back from the dead, Nova. My debt is paid. Now both of you, get the hell out of my dimension. Yep, Silver Surfer. And the Void merges with the Sentry. Yeah. And then the Sentry himself is not seen again for 2 years. Right after this book wraps up, yeah, he's not seen again for 2 years. We don't see him again until King in Black #1. Actually, it was like a year later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, about a year later, he comes back. Sentry's killed. Void's killed at the end of event King in Black. But this one was really good. Except the kind of thing I need to review. The setup for this. You're probably thinking, is there a setup for this? Kind of, yes. In the 3rd volume for Century. Yep. And then it got continued over in the pages of Black Panther and the Ages of Wakanda. Yeah, it's like, I gotta review these 2 books, basically, because I reviewed the Doctor Strange stuff. So when it comes to Century, I've reviewed, like, at this point, most of his appearances so far. By the way, I give this book roughly a 10 out of 10. The book was actually a lot of fun. It just only with the Cancerverse. I'm like, why would you make creatures from it? I don't know. And apparently, this is kind of weird. So, the earliest chronological appearance of the Void. Yes, the Void. Was in a short story in Bible's Tales for the Young Folk. That was apparently the earliest appearance of the Void. That was the first chronological appearance of the character. So he was the Angel of Death in the book Bible Tales Young Folk. Yeah, it was revealed that he was actually the Angel of Death. Yeah, this is actually revealed in our retcon. That he was in the issue, but technically his first appearance actually was Century #1. So, in the case of the Century, you're probably thinking like, what is there left to review from the guy? I mean, I practically reviewed a lot of his history so far. So, here's what's left. Century Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. The Century one-shots. And if I think of anything else, an issue of Adam Legends Blue Marvel. I think that's it because I've read a lot of appearances already, so it is something though. They continue this over from Black Panther Age of Wakanda, and then after this event, of course, he died in King of Black #1. His appearance is very sporadic, and he kind of came back, probably as a ghost. Oh, it was only a flashback for these brand new characters, but yeah, they finally finished him off in the final issue of Strange. Which, by the way, he's been dead now for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years now. Yep. But not much to say about this book. I actually enjoyed Annihilation Scourge a lot more than the X-Force book. But I'm going to end it here because I have a stream to do. Okay, so please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Okay, see you. Bye.